This is Engage New York, Module 2, Lesson 8. Read the objective while I read it. I can fluently multiply multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm and using estimation to check for reasonableness. So the reason we are even doing this lesson, the reason I did not skip it, is because it's checking for reason. Can you reason and make a decision of why something makes sense? And then you have to say, this makes sense because. And in the smarter balance or the SBAC exam that you take, those are the kind of questions they ask on that test. So the more often that you have to reason and state a reason for something and back it up with evidence or an example, the better you're going to do on that exam. So let's go ahead and start with fluency practice. You are going to state in exponential form name. So 10 squared. So you are going to use the name. You're going to use the words right here. 10 squared equals what? So write that out in words. Then here, multiply the area model with a 0 in one factor. So remember, there is going to be with a 0 in one factor. So this one has 0 in this factor. These don't here. So draw your area model and solve. Then on application problem, you are going to, Aaron and Franny entered a rug design contest. The rules stated that the rug's dimensions must be 32 by 45. And they must be rectangular. They drew the following for their entries. Show at least 3 other designs they could have entered in the contest. Calculate the area of each section and total area of the rugs. So they're saying, what are the different ways you could break up 45 and 32 in order to make sure that it's going to have the same area? So remember, length times width equals your area. Now, how could you break up 45 and 32 to end up with the same exact area? So go back to how we were breaking up numbers. So that is the big idea on that application problem. So go ahead. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and debrief. Go ahead and start. All right, let's review and debrief on our fluency practice. So 10 squared equals 100. 10 cubed, or to the third power, is 1,000. 10 to the fourth power is 10,000. 10 to the fifth power is 100,000. 10 to the seventh power is 10 million. 10 to the eighth power is 1 billion. All right. Next, how did you do on using your area model? Did you get 85,842? And the second area model, did you get 68,742? Check your work. Make sure you're understanding how this works, because yes, you will have to do this on the test. You will have to be able to use an area model to correctly multiply, and you will have to use the standard algorithm. All right, application problem. Now this was strictly like just getting creative. So Aaron and Franny entered a rug design contest. The rules stated that the rug's dimension must be 32 by 45, and they must be rectangular. They drew the following for their entries. Show at least 3 other designs they could have entered in the contest, and then calculate the area of each section and total to make this add up to be the same as the original. So you could break it up into 40 plus 5 and 2 plus 30. Another way would be 5 plus 40. And then, so see how there are like little rectangles in here? And then 1 plus 30 plus 1. Or you could go 5 plus 35 plus 5. Or 1 plus 30 plus 1. So those are all different ways to finding the same area, but just breaking the numbers up into different ways. Okay. So that ends our fluency for Module 2, Lesson 8. And now we're moving on to concept development.